reached the semifinal stage of this college football playoff. It's time to find out who has the depth and the drive to take one huge step closer to the ultimate goal, hoisting that national championship trophy. This test is a matchup we cannot wait to see unfold. Welcome, everyone, to Glendale, Arizona. This is the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, part of the college football playoff. As we'll see the number 3 seed in this playoff, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler with Kirk Herbstreit. We are almost there. Time to find out who'll be headed to the national championship game. Kickoff team out there. We are about to get cranked up with a semifinal collision. He'll return it from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. The Rebels will get the first crack on offense today. So here we are at the semifinal stage, the final 4 teams with a chance to win a championship. Every stage of the playoff, Kirk, a little bit more intensity, a little bit more pressure, and now the winner tonight can head off to the national championship game.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how much is at stake for both of these teams. And to me, what I've learned in watching these playoffs, the bigger that they've gotten, is that the teams are able to deal with the mental aspects of the game and deal with the challenges that come with that. Who can endure this pressure is a team that's going to have the advantage and eventually is going to advance to the national championship.
Fires it to the wideout. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. There's the handoff. Just a small gain. Looking at 2nd and 9.
Chris, I know it's not a huge gain. You didn't pick up the first down, but it's still early in this game. Never abort this running game. You keep working. It's kind of like a body blow in a boxing match. Keep wearing the defense down, and eventually you can hit a big one.
Breaks loose at the 40. They finally make the tackle all the way down to the 32.
But it's another completion by this quarterback. Another great gain and a first down, and already over 30 yards through the air. This quarterback is in a zone here to start this game.
Off the play fake on first down. Makes the catch downfield. Touchdown, Ole Miss, as they claim the lead in this playoff game. We come out in the playoff game, Kirk. No signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate and actually just the rhythm to the offense. But they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
Extra point try coming now. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. So Notre Dame's offense takes the field. The first chance we hadn't seen them today. Let's check out the impact players in this game, Kirk. Guys that are going to have to step up and deliver. The teammates look to them. Coaches are counting on them today.
Chris, I think these are the guys that show the most consistency, and I think that's why we're showcasing them. They're going to have to be able to step up and not only make plays, I think provide the leadership. Coaches told us all week that these are the guys that really are unique within this program. Hopefully they play well today.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Running back with the football. The freshman brings him down quickly.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always been an offensive. I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And the tackle is made, but let's check out what this flag is about.
That's good appearance.
Oh, it would have been a big momentum shift with that play, but the penalty negates it. So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment.
Great call here going with that nickel defense, giving you more speed on the field on that third down and long. Nowhere to go. Gave the defensive line plenty of time to come up with that sack. And now it's 4th down and long.
And it's taken right on the midfield logo. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Rebels offense back out on the field. They were clicking last time. Great protection. The pitch and catch was solid. Right down for a touchdown. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Looking for his big tight end. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment. But here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Throwing up play action. Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. They bring him down, but a solid gain moves the football to the 24 and a 1st down.
Chris, that's another positive gain for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
They've got him in the backfield, nowhere to run. They'll lose a yard on the play. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. And the quarterback keeps it here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
That was going nowhere. The defense had that option scouted out perfectly on 3rd down. What a big-time play. What will they do here now on 4th?
And it's good right down the middle. And they add to their lead.
Now, I was watching this guy in pregame. He's got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Running play goes backwards, makes it 2nd down and 12 now. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Oh, the quick throw falls incomplete.
You know, this is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. They pressure him and sack him to be tackled inside the 10. So here they come on 4th and long, trying to overcome that crucial sack on 3rd down. This won't be easy. The pocket breaking down. Incomplete, a huge 4th down stand by this defense.
Well, Chris, there's crazy, then there's what we just saw. I'm not sure what this head coach is thinking. Late in the game, trailing by a bunch, I get. But you've got time, way too early in this game to go for it on 4th and a mile.
Offense facing 2nd and goal. Trying to find the end zone off the right side. And he runs it out just short of the end zone there.
Hey, the defense is doing everything that they can to try to keep these guys out of the end zone. Now we've got a big 3rd down coming up.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. Well, no surprise for offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. And they stop him short of the 25 there. Offense begins at the 22. Offense out for the first play of the drive, beginning at the 22. And now the handoff. Powers through.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Same tailback, another carry. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
But, Chris, this is going to set up a big third down now for this offense. They're down early in the game. All the hype and the pressure on a playoff game. You don't want to dig yourselves too big of a hole. They got to keep this drive alive, so they need to convert right here.
Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
Chris, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here early in this game. They're down early, third down and long. Nice job of protecting. The last thing they want to do is have to punt this ball away. So instead, quarterback has time. Nice throw, and it's a first down.
Well, the defense knows, Kirk, it might take more than one tackler to bring this tight end down.
Well, anytime as a defense, you always want to rally to the football. But against this guy, you especially want to do that because you saw he breaks through that first arm tackle. I thought he might be able to pick up even more yards, but good job of getting extra hats to the ball.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Quick throw to his receiver. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. And Kirk, it's Ole Miss on top. We've reached the end of one in this quest to move one step closer to a national championship. Let's check out the stats so far. And as we flip the field and begin quarter number 2, we'll see if they can continue to build this lead. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
How about Notre Dame sending a backer? Here he comes up with the sack. A little Rudy magic on this one. Boy, they've had some great linebacker play over the years. Of course, think about Manti Te'o, Jalen Smith, who's now in the NFL and had a great career in South Bend. Notre Dame with great history of playing linebacker.
Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball to 41.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Going absolutely nowhere. That would be a loss of the play. Offense behind the 6 now in second and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Looking to pass here on second down. Catch made over the middle. They bring him down, but it's a big gainer for the 47. And the Rebels pick up enough to get a first down there. Here's the snap. They're looking to throw here. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. That's a solid gain. Moves the football inside the 30. And a first down.
Another great play by this receiver. And I tell you, the offensive coordinator's doing a nice job of moving him around. The defense knew coming into this game how tough he'd be to stop, but the way they're utilizing him is making it very challenging to be able to create the matchups that the defense wants.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Ole Miss. This offense really clicking.
Boy, this guy has a knack for the end zone, doesn't he? That's 2 touchdowns for this guy today, and I don't know if he's done yet.
Automatic in the PAT. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And it's Field, the returner, trying to create good field position here. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. He's got the first down and still motoring. They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
Well, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Receiver makes the grab. They bring him down after a short gain there. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down. This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. They'll change the pre-snap look now. He breaks free. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I'll tell you, this defense continues to just be physical at the line of scrimmage. Offense can't do anything on the ground. And by doing that, this defense is allowing their defensive front to get pressure on the quarterback. Every time they drop back to throw, they become a one-dimensional offense.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 now.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that.
Touchdown, Fighting Irish, as they fight back here in this playoff game.
Chris, this guy's listed as a tight end, but to me, he's really a wide receiver. Here's an example of how he can use his size and speed to overmatch this defense for a touchdown.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Looks like he'll try to make a play with the return. And the returner brought down by the coverage team.
Oh, man. In situations like that, just take a fair catch or a touchback. Now you've hurt your offense by giving them poor field position.
The running back here in a direct snap. Breaking tackles. Well, got to showcase his spin move, but dropped quickly after just a short game.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Tackle made, but it moves the ball to the 25 as they try to get this drive going. This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. It's the 2-minute timeout. We've got a blowout developing here. 1st and 10 play coming up. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. You bring him down at the 44. That's a solid game, getting closer to midfield now. 1st down here for this offense. And the back gets the football. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
The defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
It is really tough on a quarterback when he thinks he's got a completion and an open man downfield. The ball's just about to get to his receiver. Then out of nowhere, the defensive back steps in front of it and knocks away. Nice job.
Can't hold on. Good defensive play brings up a 4th down. The Rebels will have to kick this away. The offense will punt for the first time this afternoon. He fields it at the 15. The coverage team makes the stop on this return. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one. They lose 3 in that play. So now it's 2nd down and 13. Important play coming up. That's reeled in. It's Wolf. And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Bringing pressure. Here as he released it. With the catch, it's Wolf. Tackled at the 35, good enough for a 1st down. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly. 1st down, we're going to throw the ball. Moves out of the pocket. Heaves it deep down the middle. Receiver left alone, wide open downfield. A huge gain moves the ball to the plus 22. Great scoring position now. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. One explosive play has this offense set up just outside the red zone now with a 1st down. Catch made on the left side. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice game there. 1st and goal, a good chance to chip away at the lead before halftime. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. And he bustles into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
Now that's what I'm talking about. This hasn't been a great 1st half, but putting up that touchdown like this, now they're going to be feeling good heading into that locker room and get themselves to believe that they can come back and win this game.
Now the try here for the extra point. The extra point is good. They cut the lead to 10, 24-14. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with the touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And the return starts just inside the end zone. That's strong coverage though. They tackle him at the 11-yard line. And the Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. Let's see how the offense plays it here. Not much time remaining if they want to get a chunk play, put him in scoring position before the half. Looking to throw it on 1st down. It's a sack. They've got it back at the 4-yard line. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. Sack makes it 2nd down and forever. Ball handed off. They get him down. The gain is to about the 12. And now the defense will call a timeout before this critical down just to get everybody on the same page. We come to the line. A long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Sacked, it's a loss, back to the 6.
I think that was a coverage sack as much as anything. They sat back in a dime defense with 6 defensive backs, and none of them blitzed. They just sat back in coverage. The defensive line eventually came up with a sack.
Gets the kick away from his own end zone. And they spot it down just outside the 30. Miller's going to wrap up the 1st half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. Exciting, action-packed, enormous drama. Talk about a 1st half of football. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this 2nd half. And on that note, time to throw it back to our guys at the stadium.
All right, Kevin, thank you for the update. And the Rebels will kick this away to begin the 2nd half. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. The ground game ineffective in the first half. Let's see if they stay patient or look to open up with the pass game. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Urgency now for the offense. They hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Running back grabs it on the screen. Across the 40. Tackled at the 44, but good enough for a first down.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
On first down, it's play action. He escapes the pocket. And he slings it deep back to the left side. And the deep shot falls incomplete. But wait, there is a flag on the play, so we'll check that out. Defender flag for being a little too aggressive. 15-yard penalty benefiting the offense. Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. And here's the handoff. Inside the 30. Touchdown, Notre Dame, as they come roaring back now.
Chris, all week I wondered if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the end zone.
Now the all-important extra point. PAT up and good to get a little bit closer. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. They'll run it here. Finds room at the 30. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. It keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in the rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, and keep hammering away with that run game.
Second down after that previous play. Defensive backs up at the line, showing press. And there's the handoff. The defense swarms into the backfield. He had nowhere to run, loses 2 yards.
Maybe this stop is an indicator of what's to come for this defense. The offense, frankly, has been able to enforce their will in the first half, but maybe things are starting to change.
They'll run it from the gun. He eludes a tackle. He's past the marker and still going. That's enough for a first down. This offense set up in scoring position at the 40. And the Rebels pick up enough yardage to get a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Running out of time in the pocket. Swarm to the pass rush. A sack.
Chris, let's tip our cap to this quarterback. He has gotten hit. That's the 4th sack already in his football game. Now, he's thrown for a lot of yards, so it's been one of those cases where either our band is playing or your band is playing. One way or another, you're getting a lot of fireworks in this game.
Solid tackle, able to get him down.
Chris, much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. You know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy down.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
The defense made a good play there, but needs to string along more stops like that against this running back if they want to be able to win this game. The run game has looked good in the first half, but maybe that won't be the case from now on.
Oh, and he knocks it right through.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. This offense is rolling at the moment. It's first and 10. The back's got it. It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9 coming up.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
And he drops it. Can you believe it?
Well, that's everything you want to see from an offense. Great execution. The line gave the quarterback time. Quarterback makes a great read, throws it to his guy, and the receiver drops it. Now he's going to have to shake that off and get ready to make that next play.
The offense stays on the field. The coach is going to go for it on 4th and 2 in his own territory. The Senators now getting some new assignments before the snap. Trying for a 4th down completion. And he can't connect. The gamble doesn't pay off.
Oh, my gosh. A drop pass here on this 4th down play. Everything was perfect. The execution is there. The route is nice. The ball is on the money. All he has to do...
Oh, they trap him for a sack.
Well, I love this defense and how they're playing some man coverage. And let's face it, when you do that, it's a bit risky. You can leave your defensive backs out there on islands. But the good combination of good coverage with a good pressure on the quarterback, and you come up with sacks like this.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. And he's going to heave it deep right down the middle. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here.
Chris, that's just perfect execution here by the offense. Quarterback does a nice job getting back, putting the ball out where the receiver can make a play on it. Nothing you can do as a defender.
They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. Defense stuffing the runner. Ball still spotted at the 2-yard line. Nothing on that play makes it 2nd down and goal from the 2. Another handoff to him on 2nd and goal. And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line. Not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
3rd down and goal. Crucial play coming up. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. They trap him and sack him back at the 10.
If I'm on this offensive line, I would not want to look at the game film after their performance today. It's almost like they've been moonwalking backwards the entire game, getting pushed all around by this defensive front. Chris, they've already given up 6 sacks alone in this game. And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
Returner decides to field it. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. The Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. That last possession, they got stopped on 4th down in their own end. Let's see if they can get it going this time. They'll give it to the running back. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. 2nd down and 11. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
I think he predetermined where to go with his football. Really didn't give himself a chance to work through his progressions, locked into his primary, tried to force it in there, and it doesn't work out.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Quick throw over the middle. Oh, he makes the catch. They've got him, but not before making first down yards. They'll move the ball to the 41. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. And looking to throw now on first down. It's a short completion to the big tight end. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. And Kirk, it's Ole Miss on top. He's sitting in a pretty good spot as we wrap up the third quarter, trying to keep those national championship hopes alive. Let's take a quick look at the game sets where they have a chance. As we head to the fourth, we could be in store for a classic finish. A spot in the next round of the college football playoff is at stake. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to win a first down play. Back to throw again. Caught over the middle. It's Wolf. They get him to the ground, but it's first down now at the 28.
Hey, it's a nice gain here. They get the first down to stop the clock, but late in the game, trailing by a couple scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they can to preserve that clock, to give them a real shot to come back to win it.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Looking to throw it from the red zone. The ball is caught. Tackled at the 2 after the completion. The defense really up against it now. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Look out, whole different game now. That score makes things a lot more interesting here in the fourth quarter with a spot in the national championship game on the line.
This feels like a playoff game now. You can just see it on the guys' faces. That was a momentum punch. Now the focus shifts to the opposition. Can they march down and answer, or will they whip to the pressure?
28. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. They moved it last time, but settled for a chip shot, looking to find the end zone this time. They'll try the right here. Fights off a defender. He finds some space. Moves the ball up to the 30.
But we got a smart offensive coordinator on our hands today, Chris. Great job of just keep feeding this running back, keep it on the ground, working with the lead in the fourth quarter, force them to use all their timeouts and just keep working that clock.
You bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. It's a solid game. Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. Press coverage now from the secondary. 2 o'clock with the running game. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, these are the kind of plays you have to make to be able to win the game in the second half. This back had a great first half and has gotten plenty of touches, so you've got to make sure this half is different than how things have gone so far.
Dump off caught by the running back. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Crucial play for both offense and defense. We'll see what we get here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now. The Rebels will have to hunt this one away. Not what he was hoping for. Instead of pinning the offense deep, it's a touchback. So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. This playoff game and keeping those championship dreams alive might come down to this possession. Can they produce some points? That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But Here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. It comes down to this in this playoff game. Fourth quarter, final 2 minutes. Can the offense step up, make a play? On first down, why not keep it on the ground? Slams right into a wall. They got him for a loss.
Well, you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now, sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling them to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
Oh, a throwaway there. Gave up on the play, and now it's going to bring up third down. Playoff game comes down to this. Tight game. Final minutes. Can the offense produce some magic? Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. They move the ball to the 48 and earn a fresh set of downs.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. And here we are, late in the game. He needs to continue to play with that consistency. And that's a great example that he's up to.
And he finds his tight end for the catch. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here.
Well, we saw a lot of this in the first half. They go right back to him again, and we can see the second half, that same trend continuing. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm rolling my coverage. Get a corner up in his face and put his safety back behind him. Some kind of double coverage to slow this guy down.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. Comes down to this in this playoff game. Fourth quarter, final 2 minutes. Can the offense step up, make a play? Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Playoff game comes down to this. Tight game, final minutes. Can the offense produce some magic? Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
They test the middle there, but get nothing.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal yardage to the 9.
Chris, the thing that I love about this play is the running back showing great patience and then the vision to find that hole and then accelerate through it for a nice gain.
First and goal, handoff. He's swarmed by the defense. All right, it's second down and goal now for this offense. Trying for the end zone, running it right up the gut. Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line. And a timeout stops the clock with 8 seconds remaining. Before the snap, that'll cost him 5. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Now a crucial third down and goal. They're going to run it. Ball carrier wrapped up and brought down. And a late timeout taken, just 4 seconds on the clock. So out comes the field goal unit, one of the biggest moments in this kicker's life. And here we go. It comes down to this. A field goal attempt in the final seconds to win it. The field goal is good.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So after the go-ahead field goal, they get set to kick off just to prevent a big return here in the final seconds. This is a squib kick right to one of the blockers on the return team. And the coverage team gets him down. A last chance for this return to win the game, but time has run out. That's a great performance in the pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play, and to be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship, that says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically. They get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And now the stage is set for this season's ultimate college football game. We will see you at the national championship. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.